you, Ray. Thank you, guys. So, just wanted to point out Jeff Goldblum. Does everybody know Jeff Goldblum? Yeah, good. There's a Twitter account where they post a picture of Jeff every day, and they have done for about 10 years. If you don't believe me, go and find it. It's brilliant. Same picture. It's just the same picture every day. How to make money from YouTube for business. With this, my goal here with you guys, hopefully, is for some of you to think YouTube is for me, and that you'll message me in a year's time and say, Matt, I came to your session, I started YouTube, and I now can't speak to you because I'm too famous. Or something like that, you know. I've made loads of money from YouTube. That would be great. It's called How to Make Money from YouTube for Business because I don't believe that I want to be a celebrity when it comes to YouTube. I just want to make money, right? That's my first primary purpose. Sorry for those people that love their job and do it just for passion. I do it for money. So, who I am, thanks so much, Ray, for that introduction. I have had a video company for 7 years. We travelled the world making video. I will say to you, with that video company, I'd never made a video before, and I started the company. My friend was at uni. I'd built his website for him for his uni course, don't tell his professor. And he said he was looking for a job in Tesco, and I said, oh, f that, let's start a video company. and he was like, okay, so we did. But in the first 6 months, we went to Amsterdam, Las Vegas, Barcelona. We travelled to all these wonderful places. And after those 6 months, I said, right, we're going to start charging money. We were just doing portfolio work at that time. So that's my background. I'm really trying to build a bit of credibility. Right, I'll just mention these last few things. So I'm a YouTube mentor, that's what I do daily. I'm a dad, husband, geek, rebel, and unapologetically me as well. I'm a potty mouth, if you've not found that out already. But I just wanted to talk about the elephant in the room because you might have spotted that Ray said 2.8 thousand subscribers. Not million, not 280,000, 2.8 thousand subscribers. I'm not a viral sensation on YouTube, that is true. But what I do have is the ability to help people get started and strategically launch their YouTube channels and actually do it with the purpose of making money. So if you go and Google me, or hopefully YouTube me afterwards, you will find that, yes, it's 2.8 thousand. I'll ask you the question of what you think YouTube is. I spoke to a couple of people before the session. We were talking about TikTok and a few other platforms, and we've all got preconceptions about what these platforms are for. Perhaps one of them is the kind of things that you're seeing here. So funny cat videos, we've got gamers, we've got Taylor Swift in the middle. But I really wanted to focus at the top here, starting a business on YouTube. It is something that can be taken seriously for your business. What it's not is a place to stick your Zoom videos. Who's got a YouTube channel here, by the way? Okay, so just keep your hand up for a second. Put it down if you're not doing anything with it. Okay, a couple of people still. I'm not here to shame you, by the way. It's perfectly fine, it's perfectly fine. You know, when you're starting a business, you go and sign up for all the social accounts, don't you? So you sign up for it and it sits there for 7 years and you never do anything. But at least it says you started 7 years ago. So you can build on that, right? Right, so it's not a place to store your Zoom calls, although I often see this with coaches. And I will say, by the way, this presentation is largely based on online business owners. But if those of you are here with agencies or you've got offline businesses, ask me questions and I'll tell you how it can be appropriate for you as well. I'll try to build some of that in there as well. It's not just for kids and gamers. So a lot of people say this to me when I speak to them about YouTube. They're like, oh yeah, my son likes it. I'm like, okay. Have you ever used it? No. Okay. How did you fix your dishwasher? Oh, I got it on YouTube. Yeah, there's a video there that showed me how to do it. So they have used it. People do use it, but they don't often know that actually that's what they're doing. And I wanted to give you an example of a serious way this has blown up for a specific person. And this is Erica Kullberg. Does anybody know Erica Kullberg? Yeah, just one person. It's really important actually that it's just one person, because what you'll find, even though a lot of these YouTubers are celebrities in their own right, it's in their specific niche. So this is Erica. On my slide deck it says 1.26 million subscribers. When I looked yesterday or today, she's almost at 2 million now. She started in 2020, right? She's what I call a unicorn, because when I teach people about YouTube, I say, don't expect this. This is not where we're going to get to, at least not with me. I'll help you get started. Maybe we'll go a bit further on, but I'm all about being real and being consistent on the platform. I'm not going to sell this dream because it's a unicorn dream, right? If anyone says they're going to get you to this point, they're liars. You can't make it happen. What happened with Erica, and I watched this happen, is I probably started following her when she was about 10,000 subscribers. And Erica, the reason why I used her is she was a lawyer, is a lawyer, she didn't lose it. And she was earning $250,000 at the time, right? And she quit that job to be a YouTuber. Who thinks that's a good idea? Right? Not many people, probably not her parents either. But if you look at her stats now and thinking about the brand deals that she's got off the back of that, who thinks it's a good idea now? Everybody thinks it's a good idea. Look what she's done, right? But what happened is she was really intentional with what she said. I remember her first video, it said, I've got this job, I'll get paid loads of money, but I'm going to become a YouTuber, and I'm going to get on these platforms. You can't see them there, but it's USA News, Washington Post, Business Insider, right? All the things that we aspire to get featured on, all of those kind of things. And she said, I'm starting this YouTube channel and I'm going to get into these platforms. And by the end of the year, she did that. Now, it wouldn't be fair for me not to share with you how that happened. A little bit was intention, determination, discipline, strategy. But another thing happened in 2020. Americans got what we got, stimulus checks. You know, they call them stimulus checks. What did we get? Bounce back loans and stuff, right? And what Erica did is she took a legal document that the American government created and made it into plain English. And it ended up on the feed, the front page feed for YouTube. And of course, then that's how she skyrocketed. Now, since then, she's done loads of other stuff. She's now moved to personal finance. But she's a unicorn. I just wanted to show that this is what's possible if you are strategic and intentional. I'm glad someone knows her, because every time I ask that question, they're like, no, don't know who she is. But our audience is largely American as well, you know. Okay, so what YouTube actually is then, I'm going to use these 5 A's to demonstrate things that might be appropriate to you and why you should be on YouTube, right? After these 5 A's, you should say, yes, Matt, I definitely want to be on YouTube. Okay, and we're all going to say it at the end, just so it makes good footage, right? Okay, so I've got these 5 A's: audience, authority, assets, accelerate, and added value. And I'm going to just go into them a little bit and show you. Again, think about the main audience I have for this, which is online business owners. So some of the examples are important for that. YouTube is the biggest audience platform, right? So if you want to generate leads for your business, you should be on YouTube. A lot of people are thinking about paid ads, they're thinking about SEO, all of that good stuff, but YouTube is where you should start. And the simple reason is, who pays for SEO at the moment? Who provides SEO services at the moment? Okay. What about paid ads? Provides it or pays for it? Yeah, a couple of people. So, what if I said you could get to the top of Google by creating YouTube videos, by not having to pay for those services? If there's anyone that provides this service now, please tell me if I'm getting this wrong. When you go for paid Facebook ads, you do some research and you come up with a lot of long tail phrases. Google ads, same thing, right? And you say, I want to appear when someone searches for that phrase. Do we all agree that that's kind of how it works? I'm not an expert in those things. Right, so if you're doing that research anyway to pay for ads, why would you not take those phrases, create a YouTube video to then end up at the top of Google in this way? Slightly different. Google's like really focused on sponsors ads. So right now there's loads of sponsors ads if no one's noticed this. But here's my example, right? And this video, by the way, is my most hated video. It's the one I hate the most, and it's my most popular video. So just know, by the way, whatever content you create, the one you hate the most will be your most popular, guaranteed. But it was published at 4th of October 2018. And the reason why I published it is because I was teaching people at the time how to go live on Facebook. So we did a 5-day Facebook Live challenge, and I said, and we do a video every day. And the first thing that happened for anyone that has never been live on Facebook, they would go live, turn their camera, and they would be sideways. Right? They'd go live and turn it after they went live. If you do it before, then it doesn't happen. So I just created a 90-second video. I was like, I'm so bored of answering this question. Go and watch the YouTube video. So I just did it to answer the question. But of course, and the other thing I'll say about this is, Laura here, who's these two people here, if you search for this, you probably see that I'm still top. Sometimes it fluctuates between those videos that you see there. Laura here has got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So even sometimes, maybe in the UK, maybe that's why I can appear at the top of that. But I just wanted to go into this a little bit more detail and to think about the audience, to think about the eyeballs that you get in here. So as I said, I'm not a viral sensation, but there's 41,000 pairs of eyeballs at the time of doing this that have watched that video, that 90-second horrendous video, right? But it didn't get very many views at the start because I was just sending people to it to answer the question. And you can see here on the stats, just a few videos. So if you can't see it, it says 0 to 80 there. So when we're down the bottom here, you're talking like 10, 15 views. And then what happens is 240s at the top, 160s here. So still not groundbreaking numbers, but look at the effect with the other stuff that it says at the top there that it's had on my channel. 239 people have watched that 90-second horrendous video and thought, I need more from this guy. Right? I need more. 640 hours has been watched in total, you know, when you calculate it all together. What do you think happened here? Oh, I told you in the previous slide, didn't I? You know what happened. COVID happened, right? So all these people who suddenly went online were having the same issue. But this is the thing to think about. Think about the longevity of that video, 4 years old. It's still now the most popular video I've got, and I still get comments all the time from people that still tells me my process doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. Okay, mate. Forget about the other 41,000 people it works for. So that's audience. So I want you to think about it as an audience-first platform. We talk about, as marketers, we talk about ideal clients, think about ideal viewers. That's the difference, really. Authority scenario then. So if somebody says to you, when you come to an event like this, I have a book, what do you think? Or I'm an author. There's suddenly kind of a perception increase of that person. They might have written the most shittest book in the world and you're still like, oh my God, you wrote a book. Is it an Amazon bestseller? So you sold 12 copies. Right, but your perception of them goes up, right? Because they've taken the time to go and do something that maybe you want to do or aspire to do. So I want you to think about this authority scenario. This person here, Kelly, has asked for a video expert. Now, I've done my job on socials. Because what happens is a few people have tagged me in. Yeah, Matt's the person you need to speak to. If anyone does that to you, by the way, in your business, make sure you thank them. It's amazing how many people don't thank the person for tagging them. It's a real good credibility thing to tag someone else into a post. But what happens there is then a bunch of people, if you ask for a video expert, the photographer will attest to this as well. It's the worst thing you can ask for is a photographer, unless you need engagement, and then ask, who do you know is a photographer? Because you'll get like 200 comments. Right? But so what happens is loads of people get tagged in, and then you can do a couple of things. So people will say, thanks for tagging me in, inbox me or whatever. In this example, what I did, and I'm a little bit beggy here because I've said subscribe to my channel. It was when I first started. When I first started taking it seriously, I was like, subscribe, everyone subscribe. I wouldn't do that anymore. What I actually did, if you can't see it, is I answered the question. So the question was about cameras, right? So she asked the question about cameras. I'd done a video where I show a webcam, mobile phone, and a SLR camera, a mirrorless camera. I put them all side by side. You could see which one was the best. So I was able to reply to that post and say, here's my answer to that question. So imagine this. There's 100 people that have been tagged in that post. But suddenly in that moment, I have taken that poster's attention and now they're focused on me and my Netflix channel. Okay? So think about the authority thing. Everyone else who's been tagged on a post is sitting there thinking, shit, I wish I had a YouTube channel. Because I've got the attention of that person. She then says subscribed and she inboxed me and we chatted about it after that. All right, so it's a big opportunity for you to show authority. I asked the question, who's got a YouTube channel? Again, I would probably ask you to think about that perception thing from being an author. If someone said to you, I've got a YouTube channel, they showed it to you and they got 10,000 subscribers. God, can't speak. I'm really low energy in the evening, by the way. This is the worst time to present for me. If somebody said that to you and you saw it, whether you like vanity metrics or not, you'd go, wow, they've managed to get to that number at that point. Okay? It's an authority platform as well. The other thing I want to talk about is assets. So a lot of the time when we're being strategic with stuff, we're trying to create assets. We're trying to create assets in our business. A book is an asset. It's a great asset. Helps you get speaking gigs, all that kind of good stuff. Perception. YouTube can be used for both short-term assets and long-term assets. Think about my Facebook Live Sideways video. It's 4 years in, or it's 5 or 6 years in now, still bringing me an audience. How many other platforms can you say do the same thing? Who's ever tried to search for a video on Facebook after it's been posted? Like I posted a Facebook Live 2 weeks ago, can't find it, don't know where it is. It's just been lost. But YouTube is a platform that keeps on giving. This video just keeps on giving me an audience. And at any point, one of your videos can blow up as well. It took a pandemic for this video to blow up, but now YouTube recognizes it's useful. It keeps surfacing that to an audience that needs it at the time. It's searchable, so of course, I mentioned Facebook being hard to find videos. Same as TikTok, even Instagram. If you try and search for your own video content, it's very hard. Very, very easy on YouTube. But I do say about hydrating your assets. I still say that you need to send people to it. People will create content often, and then they don't go back and send anyone to it. They say, oh, my content don't work. It's like, well, are you pointing anybody to it? It's a bit like having a website and then doing nothing to generate traffic. And then short-term assets as well. So we do a lot of live video stuff on there. I know one guy who had 100,000 subscribers, is on 900,000 subscribers now, and he built that audience largely through live video. Does a live stream every Saturday for 2 hours and just kept building that audience through live video. So you can do short-term assets on there as well. Answering client questions. If you think about things you can do straight away from today, you go and create a YouTube channel, think about all the questions your clients ask you on a daily basis, all the common ones, and then go and create videos about those, and then put them out once a week. Right? Instant strategy. And that is really the secret to YouTube. Just that thing you could do would start it. Everyone knows know, like, and trust, right? We all understand that. Yes, loads of Churchill dogs in here, good. So we want to accelerate know, like, and trust. There's these made-up numbers. It takes 17 touch points, 27 touch points, whatever the made-up number is this week. It takes a lot of touch points for people to buy from you. So what if you could send them to your Netflix channel, or in this case, it's a playlist. So what happens on, if you don't know much about YouTube, when you go and watch a video, what happens is it suggests another video afterwards. We've all seen this before, yeah? Good. So it suggests stuff based on your previous viewing history, all of that kind of stuff. Google knows you more than you know yourself using AI. And what you can do, a little hack, is you can send people to a video. Like I did previously, I tagged the video in. If I send them to a video in a playlist, I'm guaranteeing that the next video will be mine. Right, so they will start on this top one, and the next video will be my next one, and the next one, and the next one. Imagine if you'd watched 10 videos of me. You're either going to love me or hate me, right? Which is just as good. I'd rather you do one or the other than sit on the fence. Right? Because that's what you want. You want your audience to take action, to do something afterwards. Another common thing that people say to me about YouTube is, Matt, I already do so much content. Why would I want to do any more? I'm already overwhelmed doing content. Who feels like that? Generating content can be quite hard. Yeah, good. Almost everyone. There's a few people like, yeah, okay, I kind of agree. But, and I hear this objection all the time, but I want you to kind of reframe this and flip it on its head a little bit. What if the first piece of content you created was a signature video, your YouTube video? What if you created this long form piece of content, right? You created this 1 10-minute video, and then you use that to generate all of the other content. This is a content repurposing framework and a content publishing framework that I've got. So we start with the main piece of content, the signature video, and then we've got a whole thing about how we repurpose it. Everyone does content repurposing in the room? Yeah, here and there, here and there. So it's just a way of maximizing your content. So imagine you created a 10-minute piece of content, you repurpose that to create 50 pieces of content. By the end of the year, you've got 2,500 pieces of content. Yeah, you're a pretend Gary Vee. Everybody knows Gary Vee, right? I went to a conference the other week and I said Gary Vee and nobody knew who he was, and I was like, how? Obviously, he's all over my feed. Good, so you'll never run out of content again. You know, and if you've got a podcast, who's got a podcast? Nobody's got a podcast. Wow. Why did you not raise it? Ray, you could have just saved me there. The Marketing Meetup has got a podcast. Right. So if you've got a podcast, then the point I mentioned that is YouTube's going big on podcasts. They're now consuming RSS feeds. You can publish your video podcast to YouTube. There's a tab for it now. So if you're thinking about that kind of stuff, what I do with my podcast, it's called the YouTube Success Podcast, is I use that as my consistent piece of content. So as long as I'm filming a podcast episode, it goes on all the podcast platforms, goes on YouTube as well. Okay, so and then you can do all of this repurposing stuff with it. Cool, so that's number 5 A's. And we're all ready for YouTube now, yeah? Everyone's good? Yeah, good, excellent. So I'm just gonna show you then how we make money from YouTube, right? That's all well and good, you know the process now. Revenue streams from YouTube, they've changed it slightly recently, so you can get like super chat and a few other things that like geeky creators know about. If you get 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, but the one you really want to go for is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I believe personally, it's absolutely an opinion and with no fact behind it whatsoever, that YouTube only really takes you seriously when you've got 1,000. When I was building my channel and I searched for my channel, it would not find my channel until I reached about that number. I just couldn't find it. You know, King of Video was the name. There was loads of weird King of Videos on YouTube. Now it's just me, thankfully. So I think that is the first milestone that you really need to aim for. And there's some percentage, it's something like 5% of the world has got to, of the YouTube ecosystem is at 1,000. So if you get to that number, you're already in the top 5%. So if anyone's sitting here thinking it's oversaturated, there's too many people doing it, most of them are not even got to that mark yet. Okay, so a really simple thing to aim for. Now I wanted to give you 3 examples of small creators so that you know and you've got confidence that this is for you and it will work for you. The first one is a magician. Hold on, where's my, oh good, next one. First one is magician, 8,000 subscribers, 1.7 million views, earning about £1,200 a month from AdSense, so from the adverts that you all skip at the start of the YouTube videos. It took him 2 years and he was posting a video every day. Right, for me that is like burnout central. And the return on that investment isn't great, right? But the reason why I use this as a demonstration is he didn't have any other monetization strategy. He wasn't taking that captive audience and moving them to a platform where he could make money from it. A membership, well, all of these things. He wasn't doing affiliate. I think he might have had some affiliate stuff on it. He might not have told me about that at the time. No membership, no digital product, courses, coaching, done for you, and website traffic. Does everybody understand those things that are on that board? We all know those as standard. What are you missing?
Done for you services.
Done for you, so it's just services, yeah. It's just delivering some kind of service to somebody. So if I delivered video editing for you for your YouTube channel, that would be me doing a done for you service, yeah. Anyone else with anything else? We will get website traffic. It's a difficult one. Good, so, and I proved this, by the way. I've not got it in here, but I proved this. I started a Canva channel. Everyone knows Canva, right? The graphics editor. I started a Canva channel and I moved that audience very quickly into a Facebook group. We got to like 200 people. Not a huge amount, but I'd published like 2 or 3 videos. I had like 150 subscribers, but we moved them immediately to Facebook because I wanted to prove that we could do it in a niche that I wasn't in. Okay, so my channel, at the time I've got here 1.3 thousand subscribers. That's what my channel looks like. This stuff doesn't work anymore. There used to be links that you could send people where they'd click it. So that was like, hey, grab a freebie, get on my list, grab my lead magnet, whatever it was. It was like a getting started on YouTube guide. These have moved now, so that doesn't work as well. But that's what it looks like. It looks good, right? I've spent some time on my channel. The amount of people that I see that all they've got is like their name and videos. It's okay if you're in that position, but it's really quick. You can really quickly get hit to this point. The one thing I would also say is my thumbnails are shit. The thumbnails here, which I'm working on at the moment, are shit because they're all in my branding. I don't feel like you have to have your thumbnails in your branding. It's more important to get people to click them than for them to look like your brand. But it looks nice for a demo, okay? But it just doesn't work. Okay, so this is mine. So I had 1,000 subscribers, less than 1,000 subscribers. When I got my first brand deal, I had 750 subscribers. I made 40 grand that year with 48,000 views. So almost £1 per view, right? And the simple thing that happened is I had a software company hire me to deliver 4 videos about their software. And then once I built that relationship, they then hired me to run their community for 8 months and paid me 5 grand a month. Right, but it started with the videos that they'd hired me to create. I ended up in some influencer group. And I was like, influencer group with 700 subscribers. Woohoo, check me out. There's people in there with like millions of subscribers and I'm just kind of listening and pretending that I shouldn't be there. But I got more money, I think, out of the company than most of the people in there because I ended up following up and all that kind of stuff. Affiliate marketing, so I've got some stuff. So I do like kingofvideo.co.uk/go/whatever my product is. And they're all affiliate links. I've got like a tracker underneath. So if you watched any of my YouTube videos, you'll see loads of like Descript, the editing tool, and a few other things. And I just get a little bit of affiliate revenue. I had courses. I had a membership with about 60 people in it at one point. And then we used to do done for you services. We don't do that anymore. And then a really small niche example is this one. So this was an online coach who we managed the whole channel for her. So at the start, she was like, no, she had a channel. She had about 100 videos that she'd done the Zoom, dump it and run. And it wasn't working. 10 views, 3 views, 5 views, whatever. So we said, okay, we're going to be strategic about it. She hired us to edit the videos for us. So she went from having these really shitty, kind of grainy Zoom videos to like really beautiful, well-edited videos. Not like what the guy at the back, whose name I forgot, David? Yeah, not like what David's creating. She was in Italy, so I couldn't be there to create them for her, but I helped to create the studio that she had. I'm a lazy videographer, so I want like a permanent solution that I could press a few buttons and it's away. I'm ready to record. She had the same in the end. And then we edited them so they just looked pretty good as well. But she ended up with 150 subscribers, 2,300 views, and the client, right, get this, the £6,000 coaching client trolled her on one of the videos saying the music was crap. And so the first thing I did is I went to her and I was like, look at this dickhead commenting blah, blah, blah. But of course, diplomatically in public, I was like, thanks so much for your comment. Really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time. Inside, I'm like, not bad. Anyway, she talked to him. She started a conversation. Because we left, kill him with kindness is what we go for. Had a conversation. He was a coach. He was a struggling coach. She was a coach that taught coaches how to be coaches. One of those people. And she ended up getting a coaching client, £6,000. Right? So she got a good return. And look at the numbers. They're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But that's about being strategic and intentional with what you're trying to do. Don't think about vanity. Think about actually the cash in the bank. So I'm going to skip this stuff because that's that. So I've got this thing here. Who uses Score app? Does everyone know Score app? Daniel Priestley's thing? Yeah, I love quizzes. Didn't love quizzes until Score app. But if you want to know if you're ready for YouTube, you can scan the QR code and there's a little quiz. It takes 2 minutes. There's 30 questions that take 2 minutes to do. I used to have 10 questions, and it took them like 30 seconds. I was like, oh, I can ask them more. And so I did 30. Everyone tells me, like, oh, there's way too many questions. I'm like, it takes them 2 minutes to answer, and I get all of this data. Like, really good data. So do that. It'll give you like a score, like what's your YouTube score, your editing score, your business score, and something else, and then it just tells you a rough percentage of where you're at. And it really does, it doesn't give everyone like 100%. It's not one of those quizzes, right? It gives you a rough percentage, and then I can give you advice on where you need to be with it. And then the last thing is, I've got a conference called TwoFest, which is happening on May 23rd. So that's called go to twofest.live to get a ticket. You should go just because I need to feed my kids and I need the money. No, this guy's got 900,000 subscribers. This guy's got 2 million. He made a video every day for 3 years. It went nowhere. Started unboxing his kids' videos and now he's got 2 million subscribers. There's a whole bunch of, this guy, he's got an AR company, he goes on TikTok, he's got 650,000 subscribers on every platform, absolute legend. And then there's a few other people on there as well. So that's it. Thank you so much, really appreciate it.